Alright guys, welcome back to PDSN, Personal Digital Sovereignty Network. Today we're diving into a story that blows up across the tech and media world. Nearly 400 newspapers, publishers, yes, 400, have filed massive lawsuits against OpenAI and Microsoft, and they're not pulling punches. They're accusing the companies of secretly scraping and copying and using their content, including paywall journalism, to train AI models. This isn't a small copyright spat. This is a full-scale battle over control of information in the AI era. Let's break it down. What the publishers are claiming: according to the lawsuit, AI and Microsoft systematically and secretly crawl publishers' websites, copying articles, archives, and even subscribers-only content. The claim is simple. AI companies built billion-dollar products using journalism they didn't pay for. Publishers say this isn't fair to use, isn't fair use, this mass unauthorized reproduction. And they're asking for damages under DMCA, plus injection to stop scraping. This is the largest coordinated legal action against AI companies so far. The lawsuit argues that the models like ChatGPT and Copilot were trained on huge amounts of news content, the kind of material that takes real reporters, real editors, and real budgets to produce. Publishers say, you used our work to build your product and make billions. We got nothing. And honestly, that's the core of the tension in the AI world right now. The part hits hard. The publishers warn that if AI companies can scrape everything for free, local journalism becomes functionally impossible. They call the potential death knell for local news. And they're not wrong, but they are wrong because AI can't, I'm sorry, no matter how hard you try, AI can't go out and get the news at all. They don't have legs or feet or eyes or anything. They don't know nothing unless you tell them. So it's not really the death knell for news. It makes it all that more important. Because without it, AI is nothing. So your claim is baseless, really, my thinking. And they're not wrong. Local outlets are already hanging on by a thread. Problem is, they're hanging on by a thread, not because AI is scraping it. AI is not sharing that news with anybody. Unless somebody comes along and asks something, they might share the word, some of the vocabulary. But yeah, they're not hanging by a thread because AI scraped their product. In fact, it makes it more necessary for their product to be out there. If AI becomes default source of summarizing news, the original creators get squeezed out. This is where the sovereignty angle comes in. If we lose independent journalism, we lose independent oversight. OpenAI says training practice falls under fair use and that it relies on the publicity available data, and others also say they are working with publishers on licensing details. Microsoft is keeping things quiet on the back end. OpenAI is positioning. This is the same defense they used in a previous lawsuit, including one from 8 newspapers last year. The lawsuit isn't happening in a vacuum. We're seeing the global trends: authors suing companies, artists suing companies, newsrooms suing companies, governments asking how AI models get trained. Everyone wants to know where did the data come from and who gets paid. This case could set a precedent. Here in Canada, this hits close to home. Our media landscape is already fragile. We've seen layoffs and closures, consolidations. If publishers win this case, Canadian outlets will absolutely follow. And if they lose, AI companies will have even more legal rights to cover to scrape Canadian news. Either way, the outcome affects sovereignty of information. Actually, it does not. It just spreads your information. And it doesn't even do that unless people are curious enough to ask. And I'm going to guarantee you there's not that many that are. This lawsuit is a turning point. It's not just about copyright, it's about who owns the digital future. If AI companies can train on anything without permission, journalism changes forever. It doesn't. Journalism's still journalism. The only thing that changed is your attitude because there's $1 billion to collect if you win. This has been going on for time and eternity, since days before the printing press. Look at the Bible. If publishers win, AI companies will need licensing, transparency, and accountability. Either way, the AI world won't look the same after this. Let me know what you think. Is this fair use, or is the media industry trying to claw its way back to control too late? That's my rant. Like, follow, and subscribe. And we'll see you again.